Hey guys, what's going on? Just going to show you real quick how to change out your Pelican sprocket with a Hobie sprocket. So it's pretty straightforward. If you guys look, there's tons of videos out there that Pelican has released on YouTube on how to change out your parts. So you're going to kind of follow the same directions. I don't want to start from the beginning here, but I'll show you kind of where we are. To start out, you're going to loosen your chains. Loosen the chains, get this off. Loosen all your screws here. You can loosen this and that'll pull out the mast. Your fin will come off once you pull this bolt. So this is what it looks like when you pull it off here. To get the whole contraption to come out of here, the whole sprocket to come out, there is a set screw here. You're going to take the set screw out, and then this whole thing here will move. See if I can do this one-handed. Yeah. So you can see how this whole thing moves. So you're going to push it all the way out, pull your sprocket out. Now the new sprocket, this is a Hobie GT sprocket. They are virtually identical with the exception of, let me see if I can put it back together here. Anyway, you get the point. This is the Pelican, that's the Hobie above. They're the same specs with the exception of the mast insert. The mast insert requires a screw in. So I'll show you an example here. This is a Hobie mast, and this is a Pelican. So because of that, if you're switching over to the GT, you're going to need to order a new mast to go along with it. Other than that, I mean, it's slightly different in size. It's not much, but it's going to work fine. Also, in the GT, it's got some tape on here because it comes shipped with tape. There are some bearings. It's pretty straightforward on how the bearings work. When you slide all this stuff together, this is going to have some bearings on the inside. So you're just going to be, very careful when you slide this on. You have to remove this plastic here. Be very careful when you slide it on to make sure the bearings stay in place. Then it's just going to be the reverse process. You're going to put this on, make sure you have the other component here on the back. So all this goes back together. I'm just actually going to go this way. All this is going to go back together, and then reverse, put your fins back on, connect the fin, and then connect all your cabling. So I'm going to shoot another video here with a GoPro to actually do a YouTube video, but this will at least get you guys through. All right, thanks. Okay, here's the finished product. So issues I ran into along the way. The shroud that protects the chain. I think I've dropped, oh here it is. So the one that comes with the Hobie GT, it doesn't fit in there. You can see where I initially had it, but it was rubbing. So it'll fit, actually it goes like this. It'll fit, but it'll rub back and forth. So I don't know if that's been addressed before, but don't need it. You will be left with two holes there. I don't think it's an issue. You have some bearings that go all the way through. They're like rubber bearings. That's what the GT was all about, was making bearings in here. So I think you're good. I mean, if anything, you can either put the screws back in there or, I don't know. I think it'll be all right. This whole thing's going to get wet anyway. It's not a big deal. It does protect your chain, but, you're not going to hit anything down there. Who knows? All right, getting these back on were a pain. The way I did it was kind of just loosened everything up, because initially I couldn't get my main one back on here, and then I noticed I didn't have much threads to work with. In order to steal space from this side, you loosen this side up, and it'll allow this whole thing to move. So at the end of the day, just make sure you have pretty much even amount of threads all around. See, this one has quite a bit, so that means that whole cable could have shifted around. But yeah, so there's threads sticking out all over. I think I'm good. And it was tight. I was able to actuate it. Everything's good. We're good to go. So I'll test it out and see how it does. Good stuff. One of the problems I noticed when installing the, what is this, the Mirage II, the Mirage drive, is it clicks. See it rubbing. So we may have to ride with these without the protector or make a modification, either sanding this off or cutting some of this away on both sides. Mirage GT, I don't know why I called it Mirage 2. Other than that, it looks like it's going to work. Yeah, so there's just that one issue there. I'm just going to take the shroud off, ride without it. I don't see how it's going to pose a problem. It's just to protect the chain. But I mean, you shouldn't have anything really riding up this high anyway. It's going to be your holes right here. So anyway, cool.